From Fox 15, News 15 Today starts now.
Good morning and welcome back. You're watching News 15 Today. I'm Alex Worstel. Thanks so much for tuning in. Well, the search continues for the 7 missing Sea Corps Power crew members. The United Cajun Navy shared to social media that boats, planes, drones, and search dogs canvassed an area south and west of Chauvin, Louisiana, while boats searched the Vermilion Bay area. ATVs, planes, and boats also searched east of Corpus Christi, Texas. Sea Corps Power tragedy. Senator John Kennedy introduced a new bill yesterday called the Vessel Response Plan Improvement Act. Now, this bill would require commercial vessels to provide updates to families twice daily throughout the search and rescue operations and emergencies. As it stands right now, regulations do not require that vessel owners give families of crew members timely updates. Speaking of updates, let's get one now from Storm Track 15 meteorologist Adam Olivier. Adam, what do you have for us?
Well, Alex, we continue to track some rain moving into the area, and a couple things to note on this. One, it's expanding eastward here right along Highway 190. You can see that you draw a line right through Opelousas, points northward in that light to moderate rain. Southward, still not seeing a whole lot. Then you go back to the west, and there's more developing out into western Louisiana that's likely going to be headed eastward. So all of Evangeline Parish, most of northern St. Landry Parish dealing with that rain. Temperatures in the low to mid 70s, and we're going to be tracking more rain through the morning time. And it looks like more rain for the weekend too. Details on that coming up in just a few minutes.
Okay, Adam, thank you. Well, Acadia Parish will not enforce a mask mandate. Acadia Parish Police Jury President Chance Henry announced that the decision comes after Governor Edwards' revision to the statewide mask mandate. It is required in state government buildings, schools, and universities, as well as public transportation and healthcare facilities. The state is seeing its first 2 cases of COVID-19 variant known as P1 or the Brazil variant. The first patient is in the greater New Orleans region, and the second is in southwest Louisiana. Neither patient had traveled in recent months, which indicates that the variant exists outside of those regions. As of now, there are nearly 500 reported cases in 31 states. Experts have made it quite clear to end this COVID pandemic, we need to get vaccinated. But there's still a lot of people who say that's not going to happen. Britt Conway has more from health experts on what that means for everyone else.
Different day, same plea.
Get vaccinated so we could crush this outbreak.
But that starts with crushing vaccine hesitancy, and it's proving to be a challenge among younger people. A CNN poll released Thursday found 31% of adults under the age of 35 don't plan on getting vaccinated. The reasons vary.
What's in it for me? What's the purpose of getting vaccinated if nothing changes?
People, when they hear it's still emergency use, they still have a little concern.
There's also a political divide and an educational divide, but health experts point to the bigger picture, like long COVID.
Even for young people who consider their risk of severe COVID to be low, the long-term consequences can be quite serious.
And the health of others.
You may then infect someone inadvertently, and then you'll pass the infection on to someone else, who might pass it on to someone else, who might really get seriously ill and might die.
Health experts say getting COVID-19 under control means getting herd immunity up to at least 70% of the population. Right now, it's at 30%, which is why there's such a push to spread the word to keep the virus from spreading.
People look to their local leaders, they look to their faith leaders, and they really look to their doctors.
As that happens, more people are getting vaccinated because they're talking to other people that have been vaccinated, and it worked out well for them.
I'm Britt Conway reporting.
Well, planes carrying the first emergency U.S. aid arrived in India's capital today amid another increase in coronavirus cases in the country. With over 386,000 new cases, India now has reported more than 18.7 million since the start of the pandemic. Second only to the United States. The health ministry also reported 3,500 deaths in the last 24 hours alone. India's health minister expressed hope that assistance being sent over by 40 countries will plug the shortage in medical supplies. The FDA announced on Thursday that it's taking steps to ban menthol-flavored cigarettes and all flavored cigars within the next year. The goal, of course, is to reduce disease and death from those products. Studies have shown that menthol flavoring can help entice people, especially young people, to become regular smokers. It's also thought that menthol cigarettes are more addictive. News 15 spoke with a tobacco control expert who explains why this ban is a good thing.
There are so many tobacco-related diseases, from multiple types of cancers, cardiovascular heart disease, COPD, and other lung issues. Tobacco use is the leading cause of preventable deaths.
Well, this is interesting. The spring 2021 semester saw the steepest decline in undergraduate enrollment in colleges and universities since the start of the pandemic in March of 2020. This, according to new data from the National Student Clearinghouse Research Center. Overall, enrollment for the spring semester was down 5.9% compared to a year ago. Meanwhile, community colleges saw an 11.3% drop.
Well, looking at radar, those showers and storms continue to push eastward. We'll give you the latest on that rainy forecast, including for the weekend coming up.
We are combining two things we love here at News 15, Friday Feed and service. Al Hebert is outside of the Children's Museum this morning to tell you more. Stay with us. That's coming up next.
If you're gonna do it anyway.
Okay, I can hear you talking about me, even though I got this thing in my ear. I know you're talking about me. I just know those things.
We're just saying how wonderful you are.
Yeah. You're wonderful. Give me the key to the museum. I mean, like that. Like my status is like up. That's because I'm sweating. Is my cap straight, John? Yes. Okay. Right on top.
Welcome back. It is time for the Friday Feed. Al Hebert has been having a wonderful morning out at the Children's Museum with the Cajun New Yorker food truck. We're going to check in with him one last time to see how it's going. Al, what do you have for us?
Well, Alex, everything is ready. The egg rolls that I helped make are ready. I'm going to try them. Tell us a little bit about all the other stuff here, Skip.
Well, we have our Philly cheesesteak egg rolls. We do a homemade sriracha ketchup dipping sauce with them, so it's got a little bit of a kick. Then I made one of my favorite sandwiches. It's the Italian here. That is ham, garlic bologna, salami, American cheese with all your good veggies on top, and my secret New York sauce on there as well. And then for dessert, we got bread pudding, my own homemade bread pudding.
Well, Skip, got a good kick to it.
Yes.
I love that. Sriracha ketchup, right?
Yes.
That's a great dipping sauce. These things, I think this is the one I made. It's the best egg roll I've ever had in my entire life. I'm not just saying it because I made it. It's true. It's delicious. Now, as most people know, I lost my fork. I love bread pudding. Skip makes an amazing bread pudding. Now, ordinarily, thank you, Molly, we would have a whole slice of bread pudding, but Carol McManus walked up here and took a bite of the bread pudding. That's fine with us. Tell us about your bread pudding. This is really special.
I'll tell you, it really is. I got the recipe from somewhere that I used to work. I can't let that out. It's actually won awards before. You know, it's quite intense to make. You have to cook it in a water bath for an hour and a half before you even brown it or anything like that.
This is great bread pudding. I got to tell you, some of the best I've had. I've eaten bread pudding all over America. I love bread pudding. This is wonderful. Now, is this a sandwich that comes from New York? I mean, is this something you have up there?
Yes. I called it the Italian because, you know, a lot of people like provolone on them, but I'm an American cheese man, and this is a sandwich that I'd always eat growing up. So.
Wow, I like that. And I'm going to take a bite of this and try this because it's my job. Mmm. What do you have on there? That's delicious.
That's my secret sauce. I call it New York sauce.
Man, this is incredible. Look, guys, come on out. Children's Museum. You got to try this food. He's out here this morning, cooking through noon. Got a big drive out here, but you can find us. We can find you in Abbeville usually, right?
That is correct. Also, look me up on Facebook. You'll find out my location, my daily specials that I run, and any information you need to know. My catering menu is available on there as well.
I got to tell you, this is all great stuff. Back to you, Alex, in the studio. I have all this food to finish. It's a tough job.
A tough job indeed. Al, thank you. It's been great checking in all morning, and I can't wait to see what you're getting into on Monday. But a reminder for all of you at home, we are having the donation drive this morning, and for the full list of acceptable donations, you can head to our website, kadn.com. Well, it is a dry start to the day, but we could see storms later on. Storm Track 15 meteorologist Adam Olivier tracking rain chances coming up next. Stay with us. It's 8:42 on your Friday morning. There? Okay. Okay, that's fine. So we have, okay, so we're going to enter him at the desk. He's going to talk to break. Then we're going to go to the video wall, but Brandon's going to come in to work on some shots for the video wall. You're just dying by the hour, you poor thing. Huh? Yeah, like the flu. That's the, you have, literally, you can do it. Why don't you want to tell her, like, yeah, I was going to say, you want me to tell her? You want me to? Something like this. I'll have you. Hey, is Britt here, Adam? Have Alex say it, like. Not yet? Yeah, because you don't need to do that. That's awful. You need, yeah. Alex, I'm going to have you more right here this time. That shot is a little. Yeah, that's fine. It's just, I don't have, when you're like, you're going to video walk, we've never shot you things before. I know. I'm just like abruptly standing there like, hello.
Oh, thank you. Sorry, there were a million people talking and I just zone out.
Always tracking, always alerting. Here's your Storm Track 15 weather.
Welcome back. It is a dry start to the day. However, we're going to see some rain chances later on. Checking in now with Storm Track 15 meteorologist Adam Olivier. Adam, what are you tracking?
Well, I guess we should update that, at least for parts of the area, Alex. A lot of rain showing up on radar now. Now, if you're in Lafayette, you're not seeing any rain. Even over towards Jennings and Crawley, really not getting anything yet. But if you are in Acadia, St. Landry, especially north of Highway 190, all of Evangeline, yeah, you're getting a lot of rain out there. It is a wet start to the morning in parts of the area, dry in other sections. And what's going on right now? There's a lot of rain, but I want you to focus on a couple of things here. First, notice how this is spreading eastward. We're not seeing any more of a southerly movement. There's a reason for that. A front, quote unquote, has stalled out right here, basically right along Highway 190. And so all the moisture is being pushed along that front. You go south of it, you're not seeing anything. You go north of it, you're seeing a whole lot. And in fact, back to the west where that front's just kind of stalled out, adding extra lift to the atmosphere, look at the storms that are just sitting over the same areas here in Beauregard Parish. Watching this because that could cause some flooding issues. Now, will that occur back to the east around our area? It remains to be seen, but that is something that we have to keep an eye on with this stalled front across the region. Now again, generally north of Highway 190, so Eunice over towards Lawtell, Opelousas, over towards Krotz Springs, that's where we're seeing the heaviest of this rain, north of there. South of the interstate, not a whole lot, just a few light sprinkles. But Jennings, you're actually reporting a thunderstorm right now, so it's not that far away. The rest of us sitting there pretty quiet at the current time, but our futurecast says, well, it doesn't have the right clue at all. You saw what radar looked like. It doesn't have anything of that. So this is garbage. You can toss this out. But we are looking at some pop-up thunderstorms south of I-10, I think, today, just because that's where the air is going to be more unstable. With it raining north of the interstate, not looking like a beautiful day, but at least you're not going to see a whole lot of thunderstorms as it stands right now. And go into the overnight hours and then into your Saturday. Well, at least Saturday looking a little bit better with that rain chance. Not as rainy tomorrow, mainly in the afternoon hours. We'll see some of those pop-up storms. 80s for a high temperature today. 60s overnight, so a little bit of some rain-cooled air. And then tomorrow, again, a few thunderstorms in the afternoon. Sunday, I'm just going to go ahead and say it, it is a washout. We are looking at quite a bit of rain and a severe threat, so make sure you have a way to get warnings there on Sunday. Of course, we'll keep you up to date on that and more rain chances for today, but stay with us. We'll be right back after this break.
Will do. Are you okay? I am so concerned. You're like hallucinating. Like, I think you have the flu. No, I know. I bet you on the floor. Was it well, I was going to say, was it a horror movie? Here, a little bit. I can't really read the prompter, Drake. No, sorry. You want me to? You want me to move?
I'll let you zoom in. I'm gonna come out. Can you read it out?
No, you gotta turn. Yes, like that. Yeah, there we go. Perfect. We're good. I'm just laughing because okay, now I can't read it. I know. I'm going to do my best. Welcome back. LSU wide receiver Jamar Chase was taken early in the draft last night. Having some prompter issues here, but we'll keep going. Also, Browns fans, they were pretty excited last night as well. NFL draft, again, it was in person this year, so it was great to see everyone in Cleveland, and we are going to continue moving on. The fans in Jacksonville, they too were super excited. They had the first pick in Trevor Lawrence, and continuing to move on here. Let's go on to consumer news. How about that? Well, a new survey indicates that most Americans feel much better this year about their finances when they better than they did a year ago after the coronavirus pandemic. 57% of Americans would say they consider their finances to be excellent or even good. That's 8 points higher than April 2020 and 4 points higher than in June of 2020. And despite the coronavirus pandemic, the results indicate Americans are the most optimistic they've ever been about their personal finances in the last 18 years. And this is interesting. Netflix is now offering a new Play Something feature made especially for the surprise-loving, or people like me, the indecisive viewer. Clicking this feature will allow Netflix to pick or show a movie for you to watch based off of your existing profile and your likes. Now, the Play Something option will soon be available to all users while streaming Netflix from a TV, with plans to bring it to all devices in the near future. And you'll soon be able to have the chance to buy a ticket to outer space. Get this, Blue Origin wants to send paying customers on a brief joyride to the edge of space. Passengers will get to ride 60 miles above Earth and spend several minutes in weightlessness before the capsule parachutes back to Earth. Blue Origin is a space tourism venture founded by Jeff Bezos, who is cashing in $1 billion a year in Amazon stock to pay for it. Blue Origin's website says more details are coming on May 5th. And today is International Jazz Day, and it's the perfect day to appreciate a musical style of jazz. April 30th was officially designated as International Jazz Day in November of 2011 to help unify people across the globe. Louisianans are no strangers to the musical form, since jazz in the U.S. originated in New Orleans in the late 19th and early 20th centuries. You can mark the day by listening to some music or some sort of jazz from a jazz great. Well, there's a lot to see in today's Hollywood Nation. Here's Fox's Ashley Dvorkin.
Billboard's finalists are announced, an adventure starts, and Mr. Morgan returns in the Hollywood Nation.
Understand me now.
A new teaser for Showtime's Dexter revival gives fans a look at the man himself. Michael C. Hall returns as Dexter, the blood spatter analyst by day, serial killer by night, now lumberjack. Clearly still far from Miami, Dexter gazes at snow-filled woods as Misunderstood plays him into frame, and he gives us a smirk. The limited series revival of Dexter airs this fall.
No one knew which came first.
Netflix released a first look at the adventure series Sweet Tooth, based on the DC comic books. Its story, narrated by James Brolin, set after the Great Crumble, follows a hybrid deer boy who forms an unlikely bond with a wandering loner. The two explore the world left behind while searching for the meaning of home. Sweet Tooth is executive produced by Susan Downey and Robert Downey Jr. and debuts on the streamer June 4th. And finalists for the 2021 Billboard Music Awards have been revealed. The Weeknd leads the way with 16 nods, while DaBaby follows with 11. The late rapper Pop Smoke has 10 posthumous nominations. Gabby Barrett, a first-time finalist, has 9 and is the most nominated female artist this year. These musical honors will be handed out live from LA May 23rd. In Hollywood, Ashley Dvorkin, Fox News.
Or you could just do it from over here. Like,
well, how much time do we have left? Oh.
Just come over. Can you just do it from here, or
Yeah.
you don't want to do that?
I can do it from there.
Kind of like the old school noon show.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, just a 2-shot closeout. Yeah. Or do you not want that? You want that? Right, yeah. So we'll just do a 2-shot.
Yeah.
And I'll just pull up graphics full. I'll talk over them and then just come back 2-shot. Save your tears for another. Save your...
Charlie just texted me. He was like, well, Governor John Bel Edwards outlined his plan for spending federal funds. The funds are a part of President Biden's American Rescue Plan, which is designed to keep the state's economy in recovery mode. Also, local organizations in Lafayette will meet on Saturday for a serious community discussion. The public is invited to the meeting on Saturday at the Domain Center to participate in a conversation dedicated to breaking down the impact of gentrification on impoverished neighborhoods. For more info, call 337-501-7617. And a look ahead to next week. On Monday, Lafayette law enforcement will be taking part in a community walk. It starts at 6 in the evening at the Macomb Vise Community House. They'll walk around the neighborhood visiting with residents and listening to the concerns. There will be food and also COVID-19 vaccines administered by medical professionals. It's all a part of an effort to bridge the gap between police and the community.
And here's a look at radar once again. Showers mainly working their way on through, but a few rumbles of thunder out there. We're going to continue to watch those wet days in your forecast as we see more of these showers and storms returning into the weekend. And if I can quote my good friend The Weekend, yes, we are, really good friends. Save your tears for another day, because Sunday, my friends, Sunday, not going to be very pleasant.
You can also quote Maroon 5 there with the Sunday, what is it?
Yeah, Sunday. It's a very brunchy song.
Yeah.
I always forget what it's
kind of
called.
is.
Yeah,
Anywho, well, thank you for that, Adam. We will definitely take cover there on Sunday, but our coverage continues at noon. You'll see Adam then on KLAF and anytime on our website, kadn.com. We'll be right back here bright and early from 5 to 9 on Monday morning.
Yeah, that's right. Have a great weekend. We'll see you then.
Oh, I'm going to tell you. No, it's just funny. Also, what is Al Aber doing Monday?
What is Al Aber?
Give me I think David Darkin is so funny. He just posted to Facebook, "Hot Boy Summer's here. The pool is ready." Sunday morning, yeah, I don't know.
So it went from White Boy Summer to Hot Boy Summer now?
I just think David Darkin is hilarious.